Hi, thanks so much for stopping by. I'm Kelly from My Favorite Quilt Store, and I have a fun no-sew tutorial for you guys today. So as you can see right here, I have a beautiful wreath, and I actually made this with some 2.5-inch strip sets. These wreaths you can find at the Dollar Tree, at home, or Hobby Lobby, Michael's, you name it, any kind of craft store. I have an 18-inch size. Here is the 14-inch, and then there's also the 8-inch size. And you can do any size that you would like. I can show you the really big size really quick, and then we're gonna get into how to make it. Here's another one of the 14 inches. Fun little Easter. And we also have the St. Patrick's Day. And then here is the 18-inch, the very large. So this is really fun project to do. It does take quite a bit of time, but if you are watching a movie or just sitting on the couch, this is a great project to do, so you're not just sitting down. It keeps you occupied, and I love to do that because I am always moving. So this is a project that my mom and I have been working on. It's also really fun to work on with your nieces, your nephews, kids. And then also I wanted to say that these little metal wire pieces, they do get them in fun different shapes at the Dollar Tree throughout the year. I think there was a candy cane one that they've had. There's a cross that they have right now, so you can get really, really creative with these. Something fun too, if you don't use the 2.5-inch strip, or if you don't know what those are, here's an example of a few. And if you wanted to go with more of a red, white, and blue, the reason why I do suggest batiks is because they are printed on both sides. These right here are not batiks. These are thread dyed, so you can see it is on both sides. So keep that in mind when picking out your fabrics. But the batiks, like I said, they are printed on both sides, which is really, really nice. And then that way you get a pop of color throughout the entire wreath. I do have an example with the white background, which is gonna be this one right here. This is not your traditional batik or thread dyed fabrics. You can see on some sides it's just white and the other side has the print, and that goes throughout, but I think it really gives it a nice light and fluffy feel to it, which is totally up to your preference. What's really great about this is you can make it whatever you want it to be. I found some really fun fabrics that I want to show you guys, but I'll get into that in a little bit. I wanted to show you guys how this works. So on here you can see I do have the little serrated edges, I guess you want to say, and I did that and achieved that look with my pinking shears. So we do have some on order and they will be in stock here soon, but with the pinking shears you can see it's not just that traditional flat edge, that it's the serrated edge here. So if you're taking any of your fabrics, and like I said, you can take the 2.5-inch strips, which is a great alternative, or you can just take regular fabric in general. If there's a fabric that you love that you want to work on this project with and they don't have it in a strip set, this is also a great option for you too. Then you can just, I like to take mine and fold it in half so I don't have to cut as much. That's because I'm lazy. And what you'll do is you'll take your pinking shears and then just go right along the edge. And I like to make sure that I'm paying attention right here, that I don't mess up, I guess, the cut, and I make sure that the triangles stay the same the entire way through, if that makes sense. I'll show you here too. And I will just go ahead and cut through the entire piece. And like I said, what's really fun about this is you don't have to do it on the strip sets. You can do it on regular yardage as well. And you can still achieve the same look. And you can make these strips 1 inch, 2 inches, 3 inches, however big you would like. And it kind of just depends on the look that you're going for. So I just go ahead and cut all that. I normally keep a bucket right underneath me to toss all my scraps. I've actually found it really fun. Since I work at the quilt store, I have a lot of friends who also quilt. So I will put this in the bottom of a bag, kind of like confetti, and put my present on top, so you don't have to throw away your scraps. Reuse them for everything. Keep that to the side. All right, so I already started on majority of this. I did not want to take forever to show you guys how this works, so I already have 2/3 of it done. And I'm just going to show you the steps on how to go through and get all the pieces. I will say the larger ones do take me about 4 hours. So like this, cutting, tying, and the whole thing is going to be about 4 hours total. So just keep that in mind. If there's a really long movie that you've been putting off that your significant other wants you to watch, this is a great task to do. I've totally done it myself. So what I did was I already have some pre-cut strips here, as I was showing you guys before exactly how to get those cut. So I have them to the side. And what you'll need to do is, you can see there's 3 different rows here. And what you'll do is tie on every single row. And I have tried double knotting and I've tried just regular, and I find just the 1 knot is suffice. You don't need the double knotting. So you'll just go ahead, tie the knot and slide it to the side. And I like to start on the inner side first. And then I just go ahead again, tie a knot like normal. Like I said, this is a really great task for if you have your niece, nephew, grandbabies, anybody who's just come in town and they want to work on a craft with you. This is really great because you're not risking your sewing machine getting ruined or anything like that. But this is also a fun way to get fabric throughout your house too if you're not wanting to make a whole quilt. And I do about 20 per line. And that's if you want it very, very thick. So you can see there's really not a lot of gapping in here. But on this one, I made it a little bit thinner. And you can see here that it's not as full. But that was the look I was really going for on this one. So it's really up to your preference. So again, we just keep going through. Try to get it better in the camera for you guys. And this process does get a little bit faster as you go along because you just kind of have your hand-eye motion going. As you can see, I got these 2 pieces still stuck together, but that's why my pinking shears right here are going to come in handy. And I did keep all my pieces about the same size. Again, that is up to your preference on how full you want it to look, how thick you want it to be, and if you want it to be very fluffy. This is a much smaller wreath than the rest of them, so I did make my pieces much smaller than I normally would. I think I did about 8 inches on these pieces. We'll get a ruler and double check. Yeah, so just 6.5 inches, just about. And I did that throughout. And like I said, I have 20 of these 6.5 inch by maybe 1 inch pieces. I'm doing 20 of those per row. So it's going to take about 180 of those pieces. And the reason why I do like to use the pinking shears is because it will not give it that frayed look. All right, and here you go. I will continue to work on this. I won't keep you guys waiting all day long. But this is all I had to show you guys, and how to show these fun little wreaths. You can definitely put them anywhere. Sometimes I put them down. I'll put either a candle inside, which is probably not the best idea, but I'll just use it for decoration. If I'm lighting it, I'll pull it off to the side, but just for it to sit there, it's great. And then also if I have any dishes or plates that I want to put inside too, it makes it a great fun, festive, you know, extra fabric just everywhere. I mean, we all have those fabrics that we just love, and they've been sitting in our stash for a while. This is a great stash buster too. Or if you have any extra pieces, these were actually from some binding that I had made, and I just wound up cutting them up and it worked out perfect. All right. And I think that's all I have for you guys today. If you have any questions, definitely leave any comments below, and follow and subscribe. We also have our Facebook and Instagram, and we post new videos and pictures all the time, always keeping you guys up to date on different trends. If you have any questions, like I said, just shoot us a email or give us a call, and we'd be happy to help. All right, so we're just about finishing up. I just have about 2 more strips I want to put on here. And then again, I can just go ahead and take a look at it randomly and see if there's any other pieces that I want to fill in. But here's the wreath complete. Like I said, it does take a while to go ahead and get through, but once you're all done, it's a very fun project to do. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and leave us an email. You can send us a text or give us a call. All of that information is on our website at myfavoritequiltstore.com, and we'd be happy if you would be able to like and subscribe. And you can also follow us on social media. We post new videos, pictures, and we always show off all the new fabrics and fun things that we have, just like this little project here. If you guys are interested and want to see anything more kind of like this, or have any other ideas, go ahead and leave it in the comments below, and we'd be happy to show off some new things for you guys. Thanks so much for stopping by. Again, my name's Kelly from My Favorite Quilt Store.